Welcome to GH Soap Opera Today, your place for the latest drama, updates, and spoilers from General Hospital. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the action. General Hospital spoilers. Willow sacrifices Nina. Will Mom take responsibility for Brennan's drug debacle? According to General Hospital teasers, Willow Tait will sacrifice her mother, Nina Reeves, and let the woman bear responsibility for her latest misstep. Willow is unwilling to jeopardize custody of her children or her comfortable congressional seat over Nina's injection debacle, so it's time to talk about the consequences the Crimson editor must face. Nina Reeves' biggest mistake. According to General Hospital teasers for Friday, May 8th, Willow delegated the responsibility of administering Drew Cain's daily medicine jab to Nina in order to keep him locked in mentally. Unfortunately, Nina failed to do so. Nina was about to give Drew his meds when she was interrupted by Jack Brennan, who then introduced Valentine Cassadine. Valentine and Brennan ended up having a heated argument, and when Valentine threatened to shoot Brennan, they got physical. Nina seemed to want to stop Valentine and, out of reflex, grabbed Drew's prescription syringe. Instead of stabbing Valentine with it, she grabbed Brennan. Willow Cait's strategy. General Hospital spoilers hint that Brennan will end up in the hospital. It's difficult to believe that the medical personnel who are caring for him will not find it weird that he has the same symptoms as Drew. If Brennan is removed from Drew's home, the situation may worsen. GH aficionados may recall Willow having devastating evidence of Nina's fingerprints on a syringe. This was first used to blackmail her mother into assisting her with Drew's dilemma, even though viewers understand that it was unnecessary to ensure Nina performed Willow's bidding. With that said, will Willow use these fingerprints to put her mother under the bus if the hospital, or possibly the Peace PD, comes calling? Willow is terrified not just about losing her children and her power in Congress, but she also has to answer to the ever-powerful Jen Sidwell, and someone has to take the fall for this, right? Will Willow give up her mother to protect herself? Please leave your remarks below. General Hospital spoilers. Elizabeth turns to Dante with Nina stroke suspicions. According to General Hospital teasers, Elizabeth Liz Baldwin may approach Dante Falconeri about her stroke concerns, as well as how Nina Reeves may be involved. GH viewers may recall that when Liz recently paid Drew Cait a visit, he began blinking a SOS message at her, and Nina was fortunately present to assist Willow Tait with caregiving duties. Liz should have been alarmed about Drew's message, but she remained optimistic. There's no reason for the nurse to fear Drew is in danger, so she saw this as a good sign that Drew may be ready for some tools to help him connect with loved ones. Liz informed Nina about the incident, but due to the woman's involvement in other activities, she failed to inform Willow of the nurse's statements. When Liz addressed Willow about her recommendation to Nina, her friend appeared perplexed, implying that Nina had not transmitted this critical information to her daughter. This baffled and annoyed Liz, but the nurse had a lot on her plate, so she never looked into it more. Fast forward to Monday, May 11th, and Nina rushed Jack Brennan to the hospital after mistakenly injecting him with Drew's medication. Nina was attempting to defuse an argument between Brennan and his nemesis, Valentine Cassadine, so when she arrived at the hospital, she made up a tale about what had occurred. When Liz asked Nina for Brennan's medical records to assist the physicians in determining what happened, Nina just stated that Brennan stopped by for a visit and then fainted unexpectedly. Of course, General Hospital watchers are aware that the medicine Nina stabbed Brennan with is what has kept Drew paralyzed and what caused the man's stroke in the first place. Liz spoke with Lucas Jones at the close of Monday's episode, questioning the good doctor about the chances of two seemingly healthy men having strokes in the same house, just months apart. Nina has gotten herself into a bad situation right now, as Liz's spider sense is buzzing. Nina may have a problem on her hands, as she is the only person who has taken Drew's quick blinking seriously. Meanwhile, Liz has formed an interesting bond with Dante. She recently assisted him in cracking the code about the shooting of WSB director Ross Cullum. Liz not only gave him confidential medical test reports, but she also revealed Rocco Falconeri's hand injuries, implicating him as Cullum's shooter. Liz and Dante appear to be progressively approaching a relationship, despite the fact that she is seeing reformed baddie Rick Lansing. Having said that, another round of bonding over an investigation could provide the intimacy these two require to lock in a romance, and this investigation could do the trick. Still, because Nina appears to be the key player in these strokes, acting as Drew's caretaker as well as taking Brennan to the emergency room with his symptoms, will the evidence they uncover link the Crimson editor or Willow? According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow is willing to throw her mother under the bus if it means preserving her own skin, so it will be fascinating to watch how this all plays out. General Hospital spoilers: Michael's private investigator delivers cozy photos of Willow and Chase. According to General Hospital teasers, Michael Corinthos will have some help putting up the cheating trap for Willow Kane and Harrison Chase. Michael's plot is already underway, so it's clear he has a hidden partner based on the unknown individual who photographed Chase and Willow on GH's May 11th episode. Sod says that Judy Kane will return as Elaine the private investigator soon, implying that she is working for Michael this time. Elaine has clearly been spying on Chase and Willow, therefore she must be the one who took the images of their cozy time. Because Michael intends to set Willow up for a political scandal that could cost her her newfound authority, it stands to reason that he would seek the assistance of a private investigator. Michael must be able to prove a trail of betrayal and expose it to the media if his plan is to succeed. Chase and Willow didn't cross any scandalous lines during their most recent talk, but they seemed pretty intimate as they touched in their gym clothes. It is not enough to prove an affair, but everything that adds to the suspicion of cheating will be beneficial in the long run. Elaine likely has a meeting with Michael, who should look at the images she's taken so far. Michael may advise Elaine to continue following Willow and try to get dirtier proof the next time. Of all, because Michael hinted to setting scenarios that could lead to an affair, he may tell Elaine when and where those instances will occur. Michael hopes Willow and Chase will eventually succumb to temptation, so he'll need Elaine to provide evidence as the plot progresses. Do you believe Michael's plan will succeed, or will it backfire on him? Will Willow truly get into bed with Chase? According to General Hospital spoilers, some twists and turns are still in store, so keep an eye out for all the surprises. General Hospital spoilers: is Cassius a twin or a clone? What we know. When General Hospital eventually unveiled the truth about Nathan West, the show introduced us to his secret twin brother Cassius Faison. Nathan apparently did not return from the dead. Instead, his wicked twin brother took his identity. But is Cassius truly his twin or a renegade science experiment? GH spoilers: does Albrecht even know she is twins? Dr. Liesel Albrecht has just returned to Port Charles, and fans are attempting to figure out if she is involved in Cassius' conspiracy. It's possible that Albrecht has been planning with her son Cassius all along. But what may her real motive be? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Albrecht might be innocent in all of this. However, this implies that she is unaware that she has another son. If Liesel knew Cassius existed, wouldn't she have concluded Nathan was a fraud? It seems far more sense that her twin son arrived in town than that her deceased son awoke from his tomb. GH spoilers: was Cassius made in a lab? If you've been a fan of General Hospital for a long time, you know that anything is possible when dealing with Caesar Faison and or the WSB. If they can freeze people or bring them back from the dead, it is not unreasonable to believe Cassius was created in a petri dish, which explains why Albrecht is unaware of him. Caesar Faison is a strange man. It is entirely possible that he had his son Nathan West cloned. Do you think Albrecht knows she has two sons? Is Cassius a twin or clone? General Hospital leak: Landview twist for Isaiah. Is a secret family connection about to explode? General Hospital spoilers and updates suggest in a social media post that could be a leak by Sandy Wilson that the ABC soap's investigation into his Landview links may be forthcoming. On X, he wrote, "So much unfolding soon. Been hearing a lot of OLTL/Landview crossover family connections, but who thinks they've figured out Isaiah Gannon's family?" Fans who watched ABC's One Life to Live speculated about his connection to the Landview Gannons. Fans of ABC's One Life to Live have speculated about Isaiah's relationship to the Landview Gannons when he first arrived in Port Charles. It's important to remember that Isaiah could be adopted, and Gannon may not be his birth name, or even his genuine name. The Gannon family history provides no proof that anyone traveled to Africa for missions or had a son, and R.J. Gannon's daughter Carrie Reynolds died without children. The name Gannon could be a coincidence, but Sawandi's post appears to hint he is linked and asks fans to guess who. And consider how many retcons have occurred in recent months. Nathan West, for example, now has a twin, Cassius Faison. Some more history from the Landview Gannons. Nora Hannon Gannon Buchanan Hillary B. Smith came to Port Charles a few years ago to handle a legal case. She was formerly married to a Gannon. Nora's first husband was Hank Gannon, and they had a daughter named Rachel Gannon, who now stars on the CBS soap opera Beyond the Gates. Hank's brother, RJ, was a terrible drug lord, as we know Jen Sidwell is. There is no evidence in the One Life to Live storyline that Rachel had any children, but everything is possible in Soapland. He may be linked to either RJ or Hank. And there's one more alternative that would make sense, especially because Isaiah was in Doctors Without Borders and Lucky Spencer was in Somalia. Could Isaiah be the son of Simone Ravenel Hardy? Nonetheless, there is another former Port Charles resident who fits the description. She married Tom Hardy Sr. and moved to Africa, namely Somalia. Both were medics who worked with Doctors Without Borders. It's worth noting that, according to GH history, Tom and Simone Ravel separated, and Tommy Hardy followed his mother after their split. While it appears improbable that Isaiah is Tommy's adult counterpart, he could be his half-brother. Who's to say Simone didn't have another son with a Gannon, possibly Hank or RJ? GH rumors. Has Jocelyn discovered Cassius's other hostage? Cassius Faison is currently treating Jocelyn Jacks to an all-expense-paid excursion to Spoon Island. This week on General Hospital, Joss will discover she is being kept hostage and will utilize her WSB abilities to become acquainted with her surroundings. Will Jocelyn meet another prisoner? Jocelyn is not just any hostage. Jocelyn takes her job as an agent seriously, and she's been improving her skills. According to rumors, she may not be the only one held captive by Nathan West's evil counterpart on the island. If there is another hostage, Jocelyn Jacks will locate them. But who else did Cassius kidnap? When General Hospital fans discovered Cassius was a fake, we all felt it meant Nathan West never returned from the dead. Because that would be ludicrous, correct? But what if Nathan is actually alive and Cassius Faison took his identity before he returned to Port Charles? Is Nathan West still alive? A fresh theory circulating among General Hospital viewers is that Detective Nathan West may also be locked up on Spoon Island. Imagine Joss' confusion if she believes Nathan kidnapped her and then discovers him stuck in a room or a hospital bed elsewhere. There is no sign that Ryan Pavey will leave General Hospital. But Cassius is beyond redemption after kidnapping Joss. The only reasonable explanation is that Ryan Pavey will eventually reprise his role as the good man Nathan West. Do you suppose Nathan is still alive and Cassius is also holding him hostage? GH just gave Liz a clue that could reveal what happened to Drew and Jack. Liz is the first intelligent person to question Drew and Jack's inexplicable breakdowns. Jack spent the most of the May General Hospital episode either comatose on Willow's floor or being carried across the hospital after Nina mistakenly injected him with the same medicine that kept Drew stuck in his own body. What began as another WSB fiasco rapidly turned into something even uglier when Liz paused and asked the one question that no one else in Port Charles appears to be asking right now. Key takeaways. Liz wondered how two healthy guys could collapse in the same home months apart. Drew began regaining movement when Nina missed one of his doses. Liz may be the first person to find out what happened to Drew. Willow and Nina's story is already buckling under scrutiny. Liz is suddenly standing closer to the truth. By the end of the episode, Elizabeth was left wondering what the chances were of two healthy men having strokes in the same house within months of each other. That was not just random conversation. GH practically circled the line in red marker and thrust it right into the viewers' faces. Liz may not know what happened, but her medical senses are screaming. What makes this risky for Nina and Willow is that Liz is one of the few individuals in Port Charles who notices when things don't make sense. Everyone else is engrossed in mob drama, WSB paranoia, covert shootings, and romantic conflicts. Liz stands calmly in the corner, aware that this is statistically insane. This alone makes her an issue. The show additionally layered the program with smaller clues that pointed in the same way. Drew began regaining movement the moment Nina neglected to give him his injection, which occurred because she panicked and temporarily forgot she had a crippled hostage at home. When Liz questioned if Willow was with Drew, Nina seems to have suddenly realized they had left a candle blazing in another state. Nina and Willow's story is already beginning to crack. The troubling issue for Nina is that Liz doesn't even require proof yet. Suspicion is sufficient since once Liz becomes aware of something, she usually continues to investigate. Jack collapsing in the same house as Drew is a coincidence that only makes sense in Port Charles. Meanwhile, GH gently increased the pressure everywhere else in the plot. Someone took images of Willow and Chase together in the park, implying that a Michael-planned disaster is looming. Meanwhile, everyone was distracted by Jack's flatline, and Drew tried to call a landline like it was 1994 again. That's why Liz is so crucial here. She isn't pursuing clues like a detective. She is simply the first individual in the room whose brain appears to be connected to basic medical logic. Port Charles has withstood memory transfers, world-threatening villains, mob battles, and enough unlawful experiments to bring down many licensing boards. And this time, GH could have finally brought the appropriate nurse close enough to the truth to discover Drew isn't sick at all, blowing the entire nightmare wide open. General Hospital spoilers. Willow throws Nina under the bus. According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow Tait will most likely disown her mother, Nina Reeves, for the umpteenth time, given their current situation, and she will blame her mother. Willow will never accept responsibility for Nina's jab error, so let's move on to the next chapter of this plot. So, let's go back a little bit. Willow assigned Nina one task on the Friday, May 8th episode: give Drew Tait his daily medicine dosage to maintain him in his locked-in state, and her mother failed spectacularly. Nina was ready to inject Drew with his locked-in medication when she was halted by Jack Brennan. Nina hurriedly hid the syringe to speak with Brennan, at which point Valentine Cassadine arrived. Valentine and Brennan's long-standing rivalry boiled up. Valentine threatened to shoot Brennan, escalating the situation into a physical brawl. Nina stepped to the side, distraught, unsure what to do to prevent Valentine from killing Brennan right in front of her. Thinking on her feet, she reached for Drew's syringe, and it appeared like she was shooting at Valentine but hit Brennan instead. To make matters worse, it appears like Drew will begin to recover during the Monday, May 11th episode, enough to grab a phone and dial someone, most likely 911. The General Hospital preview for this week also shows Brennan asleep in a hospital bed, so Drew's intention may be to rescue himself while exposing Nina and Willow, but his 911 call may only result in medical attention for Brennan. In addition, the trailer shows Jen Sidwell in Windmere, ranting at someone and saying, "We have a mess on our hands." Brennan receiving a dose of Drew's medication means danger on multiple fronts, and Nina's panic has caused a massive amount of stress for herself and her daughter. Nina is determined to maintain her link with Willow and is willing to break any moral and ethical lines to do it. Willow is clearly a psychopath at this stage, and it is a mother's responsibility to help her children rather than encourage them. Nina should be looking into how she can get Willow the mental health help she requires, but instead she is supporting Willow's heinous plots. Unfortunately, this will bite Nina hard. Willow is not going to risk ruining her political career or losing her children, so it appears that she will be forced to blame Nina for this massive error, especially if someone connects Brennan's locked-in state with drugs. Willow is not only under political pressure, but she is also being pursued by Michael Corinthos, who is waiting for her to fail so he can swoop in and reclaim custody of their children. Most importantly, she has Sidwell to answer to. Willow obtains evidence of Nina's fingerprints on a syringe. Will she set her mother up to take the fall if there is any suspicion that the medications are linked to both Brennan and Drew's locked-in state? Sidwell may have suggested this, or Willow may have devised her own strategy. After all, Nina was the one who injected Brennan, so she'll appear as guilty as sin, especially if Willow presents the evidence in that manner. According to General Hospital spoilers, Nina doesn't trust Willow at all, thus the daughter would betray her mother at any time to save her own skin. Thanks for watching GH Soap Opera Today. For more General Hospital updates and spoilers, like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell icon. See you next time.